Oh, it's just me, but I've been thinking about this lately in terms of video games. When it comes to arena fighters, there aren't a lot that really like to kick up the depth to a level where people can be comfortable with it. Where it isn't just a harsh learning curve like a lot of fighting games do, but rather in a way where it allows people to get fancy and creative in a way that doesn't just go, okay, but you're still pressing the same button, but you deviated it just a little bit. Maybe it's just me. Because lately I've been playing Kill la Kill If and Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles with friends, and I've been thinking about how those games play, and I really sat here like, damn, these games are really fucking good. Like, that's what we call ingenuity and depth. And I think a lot of arena fighters can really learn from how they play, especially in the case of like Kill la Kill If. I feel like that game is incredible for just like anime arena fighters as a whole, because it really does this thing where you have multiple buttons to press and you can just mash and get a simple combo, but there's ways to cancel out of it, to go from one move into another, to keep the string going, crumple states, wall splats, all this extra shit that traditional fighting games have, while also doing what other arena fighters do, like that freedom of movement, that mobility, that range. And Hinokami Chronicles shackles it a little bit, while also putting it in a 2v2 setting. And I've been thinking about both of those games, like, I want to see more arena fighters take from those, because I feel like that's a step in the right direction in my opinion, especially in the case of like Kill la Kill If. That game may have been a failure, I'd say, commercially. Critically, I think it should have done better, because it overall is what people wanted out of like arena fighters. It wasn't just a fucking square dancer. We got more than just you sit there and mash the one fucking button over and over and over and over again. Come on. Like, come on, let's be real for a second. Most arena fighters end up doing that in some way, shape, or form. Look at Xenoverse. Yes, it's a triangle button, and while, yeah, you can vary up your combos a little bit, a lot of that shit just feels samey, especially when it's a race-to-race thing, depending on whatever or CAC you decided to pick. It's honestly really fucking monotonous sometimes. That's just me personally on how I feel about it. I'm not some Xenoverse tech god, so if somebody could correct me about how different those combos can get, I'd love to know, but the game itself feels like it shackles you in a way away from being able to make the combos you want to make instead of the combos that the game gives you. So that's just how I view that. Like, the best example I can give is Tanjiro and Ryuko. In terms of like the main characters, they teach you how to play the game you're given in a way where it's like you have all these options, and now here's how they work together, here's how you can put them together in a cohesive way, and then shift it up all on your own, like make your own combos, do whatever you want. And I like that. I really do, like, a lot. Like, I play Ryuko and Kill la Kill, but I'm primarily a Satsuki player. I just play Ryuko because I love her DP, man. Like, that DP goes stupid. You just kind of run up and shoryuken somebody. Free of charge. Fuck them. It's really funny to me. But that's just how I do things. But a lot of other people do things differently. Hell, one of my closest friends, best dual Ryuko player on the planet, in my opinion anyways. Man, that man knows that character inside and out. Can't explain it well, but he knows what he's doing. So, like, he taught me some things about the game, and I ended up teaching myself. And then I have another friend, we have a mutual friend that we play games with, like, that we play matches with sometime, and it really makes me think, like, the more I play If, the more I think I want arena fighters to take after this. It doesn't have to be 3-button attack system, where it's like, oh, you got your physical, your range, and then your break attack. You could do shit like just a light and a heavy, or an attack A and attack B, and then you go from there. And like really just let it be different, like canceling things, special moves, all this extra shit. Actually, speaking of like canceling things, I have to say, one thing I don't like about Hinokami Chronicles, and this is something like that bugs me out, there's a block button, yes. However, for some fucking reason, you don't, like, when you hold block, you can't shift the stick back and forth to dodge. Stepping and dodging is like its own separate button, and that's really fucking weird to me. I don't like that. I wish they were fused together, and like circle did something else, which is what it defaults to on the controller. But yeah, circle is like your step/run, but like I feel like that should have been the case of that. Like that's just me personally. I don't like how that feels. Meanwhile, it still works, but it just feels wrong, and it screws my brain up because I think, oh, I can just hold the button and then, you know, step left and right, move back and forward. No, because if you do forward plus, if you're blocking and you press forward on the stick, you'll do a push block. And there is a parry in the game, which is like forward plus block at the same time. And so that works, but then it's like, okay, if stepping is like a left and right thing, I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, I feel like push blocking should have been like, I feel like push blocking should have been implemented in the game in a different way. Or like, if you're getting hit, you would push the stick. It's like in Fantasy Guard in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, you would just push the stick forward while you're getting hit to push them off of you, but when you're blocking normally, you could just dodge left, right, forward, back, and all that. Well, Kill la Kill If does the thing where it's like, while you're blocking, you can just flick the stick in any direction you want, and you will shift. You will dodge in that direction. That's just like a minor criticism. Other than that, I think the gameplay is completely fine. Just gotta, like, Demon Slayer just got a patch recently, and I need to check it out with some friends. Like, just sit there and push buttons for a little bit, just because it's fun. Well, like, the main topic I'm trying to bring up here is what those games do in terms of arena fighters. They offer up this sense of variety in its combos. From what I've heard of a close friend of mine, Kaniku, about older Naruto Storm games, there was side strings, like you hold left and right to do different string types. You could hold forward to do a string type, and then you hold back to do a different string type. I feel like something like that should definitely come up again. Like, if they're like, Storm Connections better connect to some mechanical updates, because I'm gonna be real, that game is not looking like it's worth a price of admission. Like, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, that's neat. Not Storm 5, but it's neat. Indra and Ashura are playable, and then I see, like, Baryon mode Naruto, like, a couple of days ago, like, to about a week ago now. And I was just kind of sitting there, like, oh shit, Baryon mode? The mod is on my TL? Yeah, that mod was great for Storm 4. Wait, the fuck do you mean? That's actually in Storm Huh? Like, I was so lost about the Baryon mode thing, because it was like, to me, the mod was essentially, oh yeah, that's fine. And then I look at Baryon mode in the game, officially, and it's like, it kind of looks samey. Not to say like, oh, well, the mod team did it, why the fuck did they do it? It's just a weird case of like, oh, that's there. Huh. And then I saw like the Sasuke with the supporting Kage's version. I'm like, okay, that's two new characters, Indra and Ashura. And then you have Baryon Naruto and supporting Kage. So you gave us a new Naruto and a new Sasuke. Is there anything else you could do? Like, I don't know if this is me. If you've been a Naruto head for like years, like I'm talking about like when it first aired on Toonami. If you were a kid like I was back then when Naruto aired on Toonami, you probably saw the Naruto movies. Like Clash in the Land of Snow, Stone of Galel, things like that. Like, you saw those movies? So you probably are wondering, like, I don't know if anybody else is wondering. I talked to my friends about it. They were thinking about it now I brought up. Where are the movie characters at for Storm Connections? Like, if they can't at least update the game mechanically, offer up movie characters. Go outlandish, because Budokai Tenkaichi and fucking Xenoverse does movie characters, and Naruto games haven't done movie characters, let alone a lot of side characters, in years, because it's just different versions of same characters that exist. even though they found a way to remedy that issue by putting them on a same slot. Like, Naruto has a slot reserved for him, and then the multiple versions of him. And, like, the universe does that as an arena fighter. Like, you have Goku, and then you have all the different versions of Goku, even, like, Goku possessed by Ginyu. When they do a body swap, and same with, like, Trunks. That's still there. So it's like, huh, that's neat. Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't do that, and it's, in my opinion, really stupid. Like, really fucking stupid. Like, the only Tanjiro that's different in some way is School Tanjiro. He has a different ultimate. But the rest of his moveset, it really isn't different. Just different hit sounds and costume. I feel like the costume should change your ultimate instead of just like, oh, you get like this style. Like, you get like this ultimate, and it takes up an entire character slot. We could have had fucking Mitsuri Kanryoji and fucking Kokushibo in there. And I get it. The game came out when the show was airing. So I understand why certain characters aren't playable. Like, I feel like Nanao should have been fucking playable over a tertiary. No, wait. Oh, what the fuck is what's the word for fourth? In terms of like tertiary, like area? Whoa, whatever. I'm getting off topic. Well, instead of like a fourth Tanjiro, because you have Tanjiro, you have base Tanjiro, you have Entertainment District, you have Hitokami Tanjiro, School Tanjiro, and then you have Entertainment District Tanjiro, where he's like bleeding out of his eyes and shit. And that's 4 different ones that could have been relegated to one character. So like Hinokami Tanjiro and fucking Entertainment Tanjiro, I think they have the same moveset. So it's like, huh? Why? What the fuck? That's weird. Like, they could have had the same. Sure, like, you have the damaged and battle torn one, and then you have the one that, like, they could have gone right next to it on the character selection. Boom, perfect. Same with the other school versions of characters, like Shinobu, Gyu, Zenitsu, Nezuko, and my boy Inosuke. Like, it could have been, like, all just costumes that change your ultimate. Meanwhile, Kill la Kill F only has 2 different versions of characters. Dual-wield Ryuko and dual-wield Satsuki. They occupy the same slot as their default versions, and they do play completely different. Like, it's a completely different moveset and approach to gameplay altogether from their single blade versions. Like, Bakuzan and Scissor Blade play different from dual-wield Satsuki and dual-wield Ryuko. Like, they're different characters, and I think I like that a lot. So it's just another case of, like, if you're gonna make an alternate version of a character, just make it genuinely different. Like, because they change their normals, their supers, what their Bloody Valor does. I'm not the person to be talking about, like, in-depth mechanical shit. If you want that, go watch my friend Krim. Like, he's played that game enough, like, he's gonna do a video about it in the future. He can give you everything about that game more than I can, because I'm still not suited to talk about it. I just think the game does really well at being an in-depth anime arena fighter, and I want Morgan to take from that and Xenoblade Chronicles. That was pretty much the point of the video, but it was also me just rambling. But like, if you guys like that, do drop a like, sub if you want to. I don't care. I'm just doing this because this is what I do as a VTuber for fun. And I'm almost stay gold, drink some fucking water, and you know, wisdom of the day. Not all arena fighters are in-depth, but they don't have to be, but it'd be nice for them to be. Most importantly, play them because you're having fun and because you're a fan of the thing involved. Just do that. Fun before all the shit I'm talking about. It doesn't negate what I'm saying, it's just a criticism and an observation, but play these games because you're having fun. And with that, be easy, take care, wash your damn hands, and above all else, have yourselves a damn good one.